Back for the third period here, Dave Bonini and Nico Cardarelli. 2-1 game. The Furies scoring twice late in that period. One shorthanded goal near the end. Shai D'Arcangelo to take the lead, to vault over Markham. Going into the third, a game both teams need, but the Furies probably needed a little bit more than the Thunder. And a great second period, and the pace also enlivened, and these two teams really going at each other. Nico, what do you expect from the third?
I think it's going to be a tight third. I think you're going to see Markham come out with a real sense of urgency, especially giving up that short-handed goal late to go down 2-1. I think Markham are really going to try capitalize early in the third. And if Toronto can weather the early storm, I think you're going to see them try and lock down this important win tonight here. They can ill afford to lose any points in their final 5 games. They're in a position to lock down 2 big points here on home ice. They got to get the job done.
From the draw, the Thunder. Over the red line, Brown slaps it in. Prevost going all game long. Back check to get it behind the net. She falls. Puck along the boards. But Prevost will collect it again. A little bit too far for Channel, but Stewart will support. Stewart behind the net to Quinn. Megan Quinn. Thunder with some pressure here, but Prevost to the line. And Stewart will collect. Stewart. Brown takes it through the middle of the ice. There's Channel with the long ponytail. Over the blue line. Drops to McNeil. The shot. Nicely played by the Thunder goal. There's McNeil again. Tries to go to the far side. Can't quite get it to go. And Barbara will settle the play down in the Markham zone. And that's Forfar. Forfar wide to Webster. Off her stick. Pearson slaps it. Forfar will take it. Ooh, and it goes dangerously into the front of the net, but the puck over the blue line now, and the Furies take possession. Allen will tip it in. Matucci goes for it. Matucci rings it around all the way to Richards. Richards controls. Banks it to Matucci. Matucci up the ice. Campbell takes it for the Furies. Intercepted by Richards. Richards gets it deep, and she will change. And that's King going after it. She gets there first. Bit of confusion there by the Furies D. There's King, checked by Campbell. King. Both of them against the boards. Back through the slot. Barbara goes for it. Flips it into the corner. Puck through the middle of the ice. And down into the Thunder zone. Puck behind the net. There's Gamble. Trying to check the puck. King deep. Back to Wallachuk. And there's Daniel. Puck through the boards. Nice play there by Suzuki. And there's Gamble, and she will backhand it into the zone. And Kidd will look for it. Gamble, checked by Wallachuk. Behind the net, there's Gamble. Wallachuk. Stick held by Gamble, no call. And there's the puck to Brown. Brown to the dangerous Jess Jones. She tried to get a stick on it, a little bit too far for her, and we'll have an ice. And the puck will move down into the Markham zone.
Well, an additional assist to the first Furies goal added as Cheyenne D'Arcangelo picks up a 2nd point here in this one. And on the shorthanded goal by D'Arcangelo, a secondary assist also added to Senna Suzuki.
Big game for her, big game for that line. Jones against 4 Furies doesn't work. And there's Megan Quinn. Gets it behind the net. And Jones will pursue it, and she will take it. And she trips up Stewart. Puck to Brown. Brown through the slot. Thunder threatening. Channel. Fights off to Thunder. And she takes it. Channel always moving, having a fine game herself. There's Channel through the middle of the ice. The shot. Blockered by the Thunder goaltender. Taken by Costa. Costa to Jones. Jones to Costa. Saucer pass. Tried to make a move to her right. Costa lost possession. There's Channel once again. Back to Quinn, and she looks for Stewart a little bit too long. No icing on that play, though. Puck up the boards. There's Allen. Allen has the puck. It's checked by the Thunder. There's Darkangelo, the big body. Darkangelo gets the puck, has control. Stick handles through the zone. There's Molson from the point. Shot wide. Jess Platt goes for it. Darkangelo a little bit late on that swipe. Play is stopped, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the Markham goaltender. 15:57 left to go in the third period. Toronto 2, Markham 1. Darkangelo on the face-off, the shot straight from the draw. And there's Allen, calmly puts the puck into the corner. Darkangelo misses it. There's Platt. Platt in front. And there's Webster. Webster dangerously stick handling through the zone. Platt tries to get it. She does, but the puck nonetheless moves in over the Fury zone. There's Webster with a shot. Goes high off the boards into the corner. Gribbins gives it to Barbara. She can't take it, however. And there's Allen over the blue line. Allen trying to stick handle through the feet of Forfar. And there's Gribbins. The Furies playing a bit of a 2-3 here. There's Fedeschi into the corner. Kidd slaps at it. Play along the boards. Fedeschi fishes for it. Can't quite find it. Puck behind the net. There's Barbara, the tireless defenseman of the Markham Thunder. We'll get a minute count perhaps for her for this game, but she's been out there all game, it seems. King tries to fight for it. Can't get it. Good play by Suzuki, who's also had a strong game. Fulton catches the puck over the blue line. Fulton with a screen and the shot. And that's a good save by Howe with her catcher's mitt. And even play to start this period, Nico.
Yeah, really haven't seen the jump from Markham that I thought we might have to start the third. We're, 5:20 into the third here, and Toronto's kind of had them chasing their play, and if the Furies can keep that going for the last 14 and change, then that's 2 points in the bank for Toronto, but it's not going to be an easy task. It'll be easier said than done to keep Markham chasing.
They're at that fragile point too. I mean, they don't want to lay back, but they also don't want to get caught either, because this Markham team does have jump and they can burn you.
Well, and just as quick as we saw Toronto erase a 1-0 deficit and take a 2-1 lead, Markham's got those capabilities as well. So you're right. It's going to be a delicate balance between keeping your foot on the gas but not being overly aggressive and then creating a mistake because of that.
And a lot of it here is about formula as well. I mean, these players have practiced all year to really be in this position of defending a lead, and we'll see how well they can defend it. Prevost out there again for the draw against Costa. To Barbara. Barbara in the corner. Slips past the Thunder forward. And there's Prevost. Prevost up the ice. Stewart taps it in. Nice play to McNeil. McNeil in front. Oh, and she almost put it short side. And there's Quinn. Snows the blue line, stopping behind the net. Stewart in front. Bouncing puck. And a shot. And it's lying there.
Ella Matucci was furious for Markham. She had her stick ripped out of her hands. And then as a defenseman, you're expecting a forward to give you a stick. She reached out, but Nicole Brown wouldn't give up her twig. Toronto couldn't capitalize, though. Good chances there.
Channel up at the blue line, flips it back in. That's what the Furies want to do. Just pin the Thunder as deep as possible and regroup defensively. There's Richards. She shoots it in. We're going to see a lot of this pattern here in the third period. There's Pearson along the boards. Dingledine. And a back check there by Webster. She takes it. Tries to get over the red line, but it's tipped forward by Allen, who's had a strong period so far. Tapped out. There's Allen again. Through the slot. The shot. Can't get it to go. Webster now. Over the red line. Passes it to Walchuk. Can't make it happen. There's Dingledine. Throws it back in.
I'll be curious to watch how Courtney Kessel and the Furies deploy their D at this point. We saw a shift there with Pearson and Campbell, two players who combined have played less than 5 games in total this season. They had the miscommunication behind the goal that nearly led to a turnover. So I'll be curious if Toronto maybe shortens up the D pairings as this period goes on.
Furies have defended well, however. Just 1 goal by the Thunder here. And 2 for the Furies, and we have Kipling the Bear with some stuff.
Kipling is got to be in the running for team MVP this year. She's been so amazing. She's been all over the place. She's at the CWHL All-Star game. Kipling has made an impression this year, right up there with Sarah Nurse and Natalie Spooner.
The tireless life of a mascot with the snare drum and the t-shirts. Great atmosphere here at the Mastercard Centre, Mimico, Ontario, Canada for this game. Tomorrow in Markham, part 2 of this weekend series. Big day for women's hockey tomorrow. 2 CWHL games and the rivalry series going on at noon as well from Detroit. Puck in the corner. Passed around to the side, all the way to Fedeski, and the shot in front. And the Furies couldn't quite get a stick on that. There's Jones with it. Puck bouncing. Stewart in front, but it's taken over by the Thunder. Koska tips it by Suzuki. There's Costa into the corner. Has it to the point. Matucci with the shot high. Oh, and a beautiful save there by Tiley off the end of her goal stick. Furies can't get it out. Thunder pressing. There's Jones, always looking for the puck. There's Fedeski. And they get it out over the blue line. McNeil will chase it. There's Wallace-Chuck for the Thunder. Over to Matucci. Matucci to Brown. Alone on that side. Brown will flip it in. And Quinn will go for it. There's Quinn. To Darkangelo with support. Darkangelo. To Allen. Allen over the blue line. Allen goes wide. Looking in front. Still has the puck. Back to Quinn. The shot. Can't get through. There's Channel with the shot high. Oh, and it sits there. Gloved pass. No, that's a call. And we have a Thunder player, I believe, who's going to be nailed for a cross-check.
Cross-check for Kristen Richards, way away from the puck. Richards parked at the top of the blue line on the right side. Surprised to see the call, but she sits again for 2, her second minor penalty here today. Toronto 0 for 3 on the power play this
Massive
afternoon.
opportunity here for the Furies to take a 2-goal lead. That's Campbell. Worked a lot on the power play so far this afternoon. There's Darkangelo, back hunched, over the blue line into the corner. Darkangelo goes behind the net. Still has it, not being pressed, keeping them wide. There's Campbell. Back to Darkangelo. The shot! Nice play by Hal. Fell to her knees, got her arm up, and made that save. Puck slapped down the ice to Tiley. Tiley will leave it for Campbell. The Thunder will change. D will stay the same. Costa out now with Forfar. And there's Campbell. Wide to Dingledine. Dingledine over the line. Still has it. Behind the net. Slapped at by Matucci. Dingledine to Channel. Channel to Campbell, to Dingledine, stops it with her foot to her stick. Darkangelo looks for it. Back to Dingledine, Dingledine looks for a partner. There's Campbell, over to Channel. Channel into the corner. Dingledine will go for it, but Barbaro will get there first. Dingledine will get it back, however, into the corner. Darkangelo, long shift for this power play unit. Darkangelo spins, held up there by the Thunder player. They look for it. Puck comes loose. Matucci tries to find it. She does. Costa now will chase it. The Channel is with her, and Channel gets there first. Very smooth skating now with some momentum over the blue line. There's Channel. Over the other blue line. Still has it. Channel stops. Back to the point. There's Gamble with the shot. High into a crowd. Can't get it through. Penalty over. Sorry. 10 seconds left to go in the penalty. My mistake. There's Fedeski behind the net. Fedeski.
Well, Toronto unable to capitalize on the power play, but 2 minutes gone here, and now it's Markham versus the clock as we're inside 9 minutes remaining in the third period.
And Channel showing you her promise as an explosive offensive force from the back end, Nico.
Honestly, she's stellar as a player, and I got to do the tracing on this, but she might be a direct product of the Erin Ambrose trade. I'm going to have to track the draft picks, but if I think it's correct. That would have been a key piece that they picked up in the trade from Montreal. Again, I got to do my homework on that one, but I mean, what a great player that they picked up in Channel. And it really has made the transition of losing a player like Ambrose on your blue line a little bit easier.
Some clever management there and a great pickup, if that's indeed the case, Nico, by the Furies management. Now costed a Forfar over the blue line. Forfar shoots it on net, never a bad play. Forfar checked, however, by Channel out there once again after a 15-second rest. She'll be played a lot here in this third. 8 minutes left to go. To the blue line. Rapace in. Ooh, stopped by Channel a la highlight scoop. And out of her glove and into the glove of Tylee. So no harm, no foul.
That was an interesting one, though, because had that gone past Tylee, that likely would have counted. The Markham player went with a high stick, but the contact was made by the glove of Channel. Toronto getting lucky in a lot of ways right now, leading 2-1. A big save there from Shea
Channel
Tylee.
with a largely unblemished game, and that would have been the first mark against her, I think, in this afternoon affair. There's Matucci. Crosses sides of the ice, but can't do anything with it. There's Channel now, once again, with the puck. Looking up ice calmly. Prevost. Fulton can't quite make anything out of that. Channel once again. Backhands it to her partner, Megan Quinn. To Prevost. Over the blue line, the tank. Can't get it to go. Puck in the corner. Fulton will support. Over to the other side, Matucci with Jones up on that wing. Matucci, Thunder slowing a bit here. And the Furies just confident and composed there in their own zone, especially on defense. There's Allen at the red line. Allen flips it in. They'll do that all third period if they can. Just try to staunch flow. And there's Shannon Stewart over through the middle of the ice. She'll take the shot. And it will be stopped by Howe, high into the corner. And it falls to Stewart. Darkangelo behind the net. Darkangelo maintains possession. And that's Gribbins with her arm around her. No call. There's Darkangelo again in front of the net. And the Thunder will now break out. There's Gribbins over the blue line. Takes the puck along the wall. Gribbins. Backhands it into the corner to Barbara in front. Good play by Barbara. Good sense there. Nothing goes, though. And there's Gribbins, and the crowd is cheering on the Furies here as they try to hold off the Thunder here. 1-goal lead, 2-1 Toronto over Markham. Vela checking in the corner against King. Becca King. There's Campbell. To Darkangelo. Been out there a while. Stewart into her crest. She tries to tamp it down. There's Prevost after it. But the Thunder player there is there first. Passed over to the side by the Thunder to no one. There's Channel. Channel. Over to Quinn. Quinn turns around. Over to Channel. Channel up the middle of the ice to Prevost. Tries to take the puck on her backhand. It works, though. There's through the middle of the ice. It's a shot. And a good save by Howe. And good pressure by the Thunder. And time just being eaten off this cloth. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the third period.
We'll take this opportunity to thank our various partners who help make Furies TV possible, including the Women of Winter, the Toronto Maple Leafs, Big Rock Brewery, NSSL, TRTL, Boston Pizza Queensway, the GTHLA, and McMahon, Morrison, Watts, Labor Employment Lawyers. Thank you for your continued support.
There's McNeil, flips it in. Wallachuk will take it. Thunder looking to get something going here in the third. Not much so far in the first 15 minutes. There's McNeil, nice back check. Prevost looks for it. Gets it over the blue line. Webster, stopped by Forfar. And that's tapped into the zone by Kidd. And not enough to be an icing. So the Thunder will take it. And that's number 9, that's Richards. Richards has it, shoots it. Oh, and that shot! Handcuffed. The goaltender, Tylee, and it reaches the far side. And I think, Nico, did you notice whether that was a deflection? The puck's path was fluttering a little bit there in the air.
I think it was just the way it came off of Richards' stick. She didn't quite get everything on that shot, but it was a knuckler the moment it came off the stick. And that's exactly why a shot on goal, a puck on net, is never a bad play. It beats Tylee, who's been so reliable in this one, but you know that's one she would like to have back. As Markham tie it 2-2 with just 4:54 remaining in the third period of play. A tough pill to swallow there for the Furies. For Richards in her 100th career game, that's career point number 45.
And a couple of goofy goals really here by the Thunder. The first one and now that one. The puck's flight path compromising the goaltender there. And no fault of Tylee really, just two strange goals. There's Barbara coming back in, getting deep. And there's Brown. And we're tied 2-2, folks, with 4 minutes left to go. 4.5 minutes left to go in this third period. Allen slides it into Fulton. She will chase it. Costa will mark her. Behind the net, Barbara, checked by Allen. There's Allen. Allen will take it out front, and she'll look for Channel. And there's a shot by Channel, high. And it's stopped by Barbara, and she will flip it up into the zone. And there will be Jones going for it. But Quinn is there first. The puck is chopped, and Allen. Allen takes it for the Furies. And Prevost checks Matucci. Puck into the corner. And slapped to Miro. Taken by the Thunder. Up the boards. And that's Gribbins. Gribbins takes control of the puck. And Skiros gets it in. And there's Quinn. Quinn will take it for the Furies. Long pass, not going to work. And there's Becca King. King has it. King will take it into the corner. Channel will check her. Will take her hard into the boards, but still at it. King fights for it. 4 players. And there's Quinn. Quinn will look for Prevost. Pass not quite there. Behind her. And that's going to be an icing with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to go back in the Fury zone.
Well, some mental mistakes right now by Toronto, and hopefully it won't cost them. We've already seen the equalizer. A bit of a miscue there. That pass on the wrong side of Prevost as she's breaking up the ice. If that pass is delivered accurately, it's a one-on-one for Prevost. Toronto have to tighten up here, otherwise this could slip away.
Right, it's if the Furies have been thinking about that goal for the last 2 minutes. They have
Yeah.
to put it out of their heads and get back on their game if they can.
Well,
Long pass there.
They got to get it out of their heads, otherwise in the remaining 3 minutes, they may not get a single point here. You got to at least secure 1 point out of this game if you're Toronto.
There's Richards flying. Leaves it for Forfar. And the shot. Good idea. Tylee collects it, though, in her midsection. Falls to her knees and stops play. And it's a mental game as much as anything when the games are this crucial. And really the action's so close here the last couple of minutes.
Well, you know, we talked about how one mistake could be a difference maker, and unfortunately, right now the mistake for Toronto is so magnified because it was the goaltender that made that mistake. And she's normally so good, so reliable. Tough break for Tylee and the Furies.
There's Fedeschi along the boards. You almost wonder whether she was, as I was, thinking that it was going to be a shot into the corner, not even on net, but crossed her up. There's Dingledine. Shot in front. Bouncing puck. The Furies almost had fortune swing their way on that play. It might be that kind of day where, you know, the puck is just flying, you know, a bit of a crooked path, and the kind of goals that have been scored today have been not of the typical variety. Certainly not the highlight variety anyways.
No, maybe not highlight goals, but at the end of the day, you don't really care whether they're highlight goals or ugly goals. You just want more goals than the other team. And, you know, Toronto was in that situation for the majority of that third period, and a couple of bad miscues let that lead slip away. The thing is, they got 2:57 left here. They've got an offensive zone faceoff coming out, and they've got some good players on the ice right now who can put the puck in the net. So if you're the Furies, you got to move past that mistake.
Well,
find a way to win here in regulation, because really Markham is in the same position as KRS, both at 28 points. Toronto at 8. Sorry, KRS and Markham at 27. Toronto at 18. 9 points back of two teams right now. This is one of the teams you're chasing in the playoff picture. Not only does Toronto need 2 points, they can't afford to let Markham get one.
Not much breathing room here for the Furies. And that's Darkangelo with a nice shot off the draw. And another icing, it looks like the play's going to come back into the Thunder zone. And if you're reading the tea leaves and your players on both of these teams, you really just want to get the puck on net because it's the kind of afternoon where anything can happen if you do.
I think if you're Markham, you just want to get to overtime. Get your single point. KRS has 3 games against Calgary to close out the season. It's not inconceivable they lose all 3 of those games. If you're Toronto, you got to find a way to end this in regulation. And like you said, get pucks on net.
There's Brown with the puck, but a nice play by Channel, and Channel will take the puck. Around the net, Channel, and she'll stop. And puck over to Darkangelo. Darkangelo will try to get it in, stopped by Brown as she changed. And there's Woods, cuts through the middle of the ice. To Seedhouse. Seedhouse puts it deep. Ooh, and Tiley there dangerously to Costa. Costa, though, checked by the Furies forward. Puck into the corner, Seedhouse. Getting a shift here near the end of the game. Comes out through the middle of the ice. There's Fulton. Fulton will carry it to Prevost. Prevost can't quite handle it. Puck back. Ooh, almost too many men there. Suzuki. Too many players, rather. There's Channel.
Well,
Channel.
Smart job by Suzuki not to play it there and let the player off the ice.
With those quick feet. And Kidd will look for it into the corner. There's Barbara. Barbara will put it into the corner. It's a King. She can't quite slap it out. Prevost will keep it deep. And there's Wallace-Chuck. Wallace-Chuck. Over through the middle of the ice. Seedhouse to Allen. To Campbell. To Suzuki. She taps her stick on the ice. She wants it. She got it. There's Villa. Over the blue line. Gribbons, though, the big, tall forward. Darkangelo. Darkangelo. And Darkangelo checked by Gribbons. 2 big bodies there fighting for the puck. And the puck comes around in front. There's Webster. Webster collects for the Thunder. Checked by Allen, though. Vela back to Suzuki. Puts the puck on net. Can't quite get it through Barbara. Barbara will flip it, try to flip it high, and she does. And a deft play there to get it deep into the Fury zone. And there's Suzuki. Suzuki. Long way for Prevost, and she almost got it. Couldn't quite do it. 31 seconds left to go in the 3rd period. Do the Furies have a miracle in them here? The end of the 3rd period. Play at their blue line. Darkangelo, one last rush perhaps. Darkangelo over the red line. Sends it in deep on goal. Will go for the face-off. But Howe expertly moves the puck. Smart the goaltender. Richards has it. Comes in front. Darkangelo looks for it. Fulton finds it. Can't quite get the puck in front. Fulton still has it. Puck in front to the blue line. There's Quinn. And time runs out on the Furies. In regulation time, Markham will get their point. Toronto will get a point. And there's 1 left still to get in overtime, but not the result the Furies wanted, I don't think, here this afternoon.
Not yet the result they wanted, but even if they don't get the 2nd point, by securing 1 point here tonight, it does keep the Furies' playoff picture alive. So a really important point for Toronto. And when the buzzer sounded, PJ Michael actually shook hands with Courtney Kessel as, you know, mission accomplished. We got the 1 point. Yes, maybe we should have had 2, but we at least got what we needed to do. If we can get the 2nd point, gravy. Then we still have a little more room for error in our next 4 games.
So really it was anything but a loss for the Furies.
And that's it. They needed to secure at least a single point. Unfortunate that Markham got a point late here in the game. It now gives them 1 point over KRS in the standings as the teams talk a little strategy here. And this is when Markham can be most dangerous. They won the Clarkson Cup in overtime. They have overtime experience. They know that. They've been down in this game and fought back with minutes left in the 3rd. I think Markham may have a little bit of mojo right now, and Toronto have to be cautious about that to start overtime. It's going to be one heck of an overtime period, though, here between these 2 rivals.
It's been a counterpunch game before. You know, one team scores and the other team answered. It's been very, very close. And we look to the speed from the back end, I think, of the Furies here, and the mobility of the Thunder forwards, really. There's going to be a lot of ice out there, folks.
I think you're right. We're going to see a lot of speed to start here for sure. Even all 4 Furies. Megan Quinn, Melissa Channel, Carolyn Prevost, Cheyenne Darkangelo. Literally all of them can fly up the flank with the puck. Markham not matching with slouches themselves. Jess Jones, Nicole Costa, Ella Matucci, Kristen Barbera. So 4 really good players on the ice for both
Well, we'll
teams.
remember what Sarah Nurse did in Oakville as well. She's not here this game, but the Furies have done it in overtime before in spectacular fashion. Let's see if they can repeat that. And there's Quinn. Quinn to Channel, who's been everywhere, all over the ice tonight. Channel, over the blue line, the shot! Deflected off Matucci's stick, right to Howe, who stops play, makes the save. 15 seconds off the clock. In overtime, we'll play a 5-minute overtime period, Nico. And let's not talk about what comes after. We won't say the words. If that's okay.
We
Being
still
a
got
purist.
4:44 till that
Yes,
happens.
we do. Costa now. Looks for Jones. She finds her. Jones. Back to Matucci. Over to Barbara. Barbara. Checked along the boards there by Megan Quinn. To Channel. Channel. Checked by 2 Thunder. 2 on her. That's Jones and Channel. Channel does a nice job taking that puck away. She'll go to Prevost, and she has some room. There's Prevost over the blue line. Prevost with the shot low, and it's stopped by Howe to the sideboards, but Prevost will go over and get that puck again. To Campbell. Campbell. To Fulton. She's out there with Suzuki. There's Fulton over the line. Fulton with a shot. Stop. Not a lot of pepper on that, and it's a nice save by Howe.
Well, that was the potential mismatch there for Toronto on that sequence. Markham still had Barbera and Martucci out there who started overtime, so a long shift for the 2D. Toronto had gotten fresh legs on the ice, but Fulton shot unable to beat Howe.
There's Fulton to the point. There's Suzuki. Suzuki will take it. She'll fire it wide of the net, almost purposely to come out the other side. It didn't work, though. And there's Campbell. Back to Fulton. Fulton alone. Taken down by Woods. Puck stolen by Allen. The shot.
Like, how is that not a penalty?
And Fulton is lying on the ice, and she has had issues so far this year with injury as well. And she's holding her head.
Like, I get that she was already falling down, but the Markham player follows through and connects on the face of Fulton. And yes, she's wearing the full face shield, but still, that is a hit to the head. I can't believe that there's no call on that play. That's shocking.
And there doesn't appear to be a call from the Furies bench either to talk to the referees, which is slightly surprising. But Fulton has been concussed so far this year and missed action because of it. So you worry when you see her down like that. She's, I don't know if the camera's getting it, but she's flat on the ice, on her stomach. Suzuki is kneeling next to her, and the trainer is out talking to her through her face mask. And there's Campbell, just made a motion with her glove to the back of her helmet to suggest that that's how it went down with the Furies forward. And the crowd quiet now as we wait to see how the Furies forward is. Now, there's not an instance where retroactively the referees could call a penalty here, I imagine.
No, they wouldn't call it. If there was no initial call made, they're not going to call one after the fact. Molson goes over to have the chat. Richard steps in for the Thunder to have the discussion with the officials. And from what I could see there, it looked like Molson was asking how come there was no call for the follow-through to the face. And the officials, you could kind of see the body motion. They were saying, well, she was already on her way down. Maybe more so incidental contact, but certainly a scary situation there for Emily Fulton.
Not to profile the aggressor, but Woods does play a very, very fierce physical game, and she has been involved all game long. So.
Oh, no question. She's a tough player. She likes to bring the physical element to the game. She finishes her check on every play, and maybe that's all it was Woods trying to finish the check, and with Fulton already kind of going down, it was just the awkward point of contact. Wood's not a dirty player, no malicious intent there by any means, but that would certainly be a very tough loss for the Furies personnel to have Emily Fulton out of this game and maybe out of the lineup in the latter stages of the season, as Fulton going to be helped to the bench here by a couple of teammates, and a nice round of applause from the crowd on hand.
She's to her feet now and she's gliding off. Emily Fulton.
And they're going to take Fulton right to the dressing room here. So I think that's probably the end of Emily Fulton's game today, and we'll have to wait and see about the rest of the season. We certainly wish her a quick recovery, though.
So the players in the crowd will now pause a second. Nico, also I wonder about the factor of, in terms of these players, many of them not having taken regular shifts during the regular season. I wonder about weariness setting in, perhaps. Let's see whether these teams can keep up the pace. There's Channel, loses possession. And really, after an injury like that, you don't want to see either team lose their composure, and you want to see them refocus on the job at hand, which is winning this hockey game. There's Barbara. Barbara to Matucci. Matucci through the middle of the ice. Richards. Channel steps into her. And there's Vela. Vela will take it. She'll spin. Tries to get it to Prevost. Doesn't work. There's Richards. Snowed pants over the corner. Barbara goes deep. The defender. There's Channel. Channel up to Prevost. Prevost joined on the far side by Darkangelo. There's Prevost. Tries to get it to Darkangelo. She gets it nonetheless. And Jones and Darkangelo go deep. There's Matucci to the corner. There's Costa. Costa over the red line. Costa has the puck. Shoots. Stopped by Tiley. She looks down for it. She has it in that green glove of hers. Hand the puck off to the referee, and we'll have a face-off to her left.
Tiley doing a nice job of closing the wickets there as they were looking for the 5-hole. She was opened up just a little bit, but she's so good at collapsing down and then the lower body strength to keep the pads tight, making a good stop here in OT.
Darkangelo wins the draw to the side, and there's Campbell. And they'll get the puck up, the Furies. Woods. Through the middle of the ice, there's Costa. Puck into the corner. There's Fedeschi. Fedeschi to Darkangelo. Tips it. Spinning puck through the middle of the ice into the Thunder zone. There's Woods. Comes back through the middle of the ice, and here she is, Woods. Over the blue line. There's Woods with a shot. And it's stopped. And there's not much daylight here in this overtime period. Lots of tight checking. Gribbins behind her to Costa. Costa through the ice. There's a shot off the shoulder of Tiley. It bounces high into the netting. Play is stopped.
Tiley stands 5'11", 160. She's a big girl between the posts, and she does well to use all of her body to her advantage. Smaller goaltenders, Costa would be able to tuck that in on, but Tiley stays big and makes a good save.
Prevost and Channel out there together now. There's Matucci into the corner. There's Gribbins. Gribbins looks to do something with the puck to Forfar. Forfar in the corner. Checked nicely there by Channel. Channel, Prevost, and Allen. 3 abreast. There's Channel. Looks to Allen. Puck a little bit too high, a little bit too hot for her. There's Megan Quinn. Quinn to Matucci. Goes down. Traps the puck. Now will shoot it out to the red line. There's Allen. There's Quinn. Quinn through the middle of the ice. Prevost. Quinn gets it back. Back to Channel. In her own zone. Channel. Over to Quinn. Quinn to Allen. Allen goes wide. Got Darkangelo in the middle. Ooh, taken down there by the Thunder defenseman. Good physical, strong play. There's Barbara. 3 abreast. Barbara. Richards, the shot. Deflected just over the net. Close call there. There's Quinn. Quinn has the puck. Quinn tries to dump it over the blue line. Cannot. Into the corner. There's Channel. Looks a little bit weary, but takes the puck. Channel goes long for Darkangelo. Intercepted by Woods. Woods over the blue line. Channel pokes it free. Puck into the neutral zone. There's Woods. She's tripped up by Channel, but that's offside. A close call. Saved by the offside, I would say, on that play.
Big time. I mean, only 17.3 seconds left now in overtime, but any other moment, that's called a penalty. If not for the offside, Toronto getting a bit lucky that Woods a step ahead of the play on that one.
And both teams do seem a little bit tired at this juncture of the game. It's a lot of hockey for these players, not used to really playing as much. Well, some of them have, but certainly many of them haven't taken a regular shift for the Furies over the course of this season. At least not a first or second line shift. There's Koska in the corner. Up the boards. 5 seconds left. Matucci into the corner. Costa out in front. Oh, and one last chance there, but Jess Jones flipped it just high over the net. Couldn't get it to go. We have a tie game, and we're going to move to the dreaded, perhaps, shootout. Perhaps not. I mean, both teams have been super close, so maybe at the end of the day, it should be decided this way.
Well, it's the NBA All-Star Weekend, and the skills competition is tonight, so it's only fitting that we end tonight's game with a bit of skills competition here in the CWHL. As yes, we'll have the shootout to end this one. Two good goaltenders going for both teams, a bunch of skilled players on the ice. It's really a toss-up at this point as to who gets it done. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Dave, so little separating these two teams this afternoon. Almost a fitting way to end here today. And
both teams have shown up. It's been a hard-fought battle and an important game for both of them. And like you said, I think both coaches ultimately probably happy with the result at the end of the day. Thanks,
We've got the coin toss coming here to decide who shoots first. And they do have an actual coin. I think it's a nickel they're using.
Well, one thing that was mentioned in our intermission is the real sheer proximity of the crowd to these great players. And it's all really happening. Even the coin toss is happening right in front of you. And folks, if you're curious at all about coming down to the game, it's going to be a kind of sporting event that you probably haven't seen since the pre-transformation of the modern NHL. You're so close to the players, you can smell them. It might sound unsavory, but it's not. It smells and feels and sounds like hockey. So come down for the next home game, which is actually next Saturday. So.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's what I was just about to get to. We got the Worcester Blades coming in town for Saturday, February 23rd, 6 p.m. We've got the alumni banner raising. And then the Family Day game on February 24th. How about the 26th? We got Jim Cuddy in the house.
Yes, we do.
That's going to be a special day there.
First shot here by Jess Jones. Moving in on Tylee. There's Jones. There's the makes the move. Faked me out. But Tylee equal to the task and makes the first save of the shootout.
I think Jones maybe deked herself out when she drew it wide. I think she was thinking shot and then hesitated, pulled it a little further. At that point, no longer had the angle to go over Tylee.
The only person in the building who didn't bite on that one was the goaltender Tylee for the Furies. Now, Shai Darkangelo shooting first for the Furies. Darkangelo moves in, shoots, and she shoots to the far side. First goal for the Furies here in the shootout.
Welcome to the Dark Shy. She's got a goal and an assist in the game, and now the shootout to put Toronto up 1-0.
Yeah, stellar game, really, by the big, tall forward of the Furies.
Number 93, Nicole Costa.
Sean Markle tells us that it's Nicole Costa here, shooting second for the Thunder. Small forward, here comes Costa over the line. Oh, she shoots high. Can't quite reach that top corner. Tylee stands tall again.
Well, she had Tylee beat clean. The glove hand never got there, but Costa rings it off the bar. And now a chance for Toronto to close this one off.
Here's Julie Allen, number 2. Over the blue line. Allen. Shoots in a good save there by Howe. Getting the glove out. Furies still up a goal.
Well, this is an interesting choice for Markham. It was Barbera who had the shot on the power play that led to the Toronto shorthanded goal. She's got the shootout opportunity here for Markham.
Barbara picks up the puck over the blue line, stick handling. Here she comes. Shoots right into the Furies goaltender's chest. And that'll do it, folks. And that's the Furies with the shootout victory, 3-2 here at the Mastercard Centre. To win the game, to stay alive. Their season continues. And they get to play tomorrow all over again in Markham.
2 huge points for Toronto. They needed to get the win. It went down to the shootout. Shea Tylee gets a little bit of redemption after giving up a bit of a softie to get it to this point, but she turns away every shot in the shootout, and Toronto secures 2 big points to keep their playoff push very much alive, as they're now up to 20 points on the season and just 7 points behind KRS, with Toronto still having 4 games remaining, 4 winnable games, as KRS gets set to close out their season against Calgary. So really the playoff picture, very murky. Anything could happen here in the final few games of the season.
It bodes well for the campaign in terms of suspense for this league. And now the Furies will salute their fans. The tap of the stick on the ice. And a good performance all told. And some players stepped up. I think the players that we thought would step up did step up for both teams.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about players like Cheyenne D'Arcangelo, Melissa Channel. They really brought their A games. Carolyn Prevost, they really impressed here today in an opportunity to step into the spotlight when maybe they don't get that opportunity often. They capitalize here today, and Toronto get 2 big points.
I'd also like to personally apologize to Julie Allen for calling her Jess Allen for most of this game, but you know, bear with me, Julie. We'll get it right. And it's great to have my partner Nico back, call and play with him today as well. So we're waiting. We're going to do an interview with one of the Furies. He's going to come and talk to us about today's game. Hope you folks have enjoyed it at home as much as we've enjoyed describing it to you today. And remember, you can come to this channel, this YouTube channel, this URL to find us next week when the Furies will be playing Worcester here at the Mastercard Centre. More exciting CWHL action on your screen. At home, we'd love to have you out next week as well. It's alumni afternoon, so a lot of the greats, the former Fury greats, are going to be here, celebrating the legacy, the growing and storied legacy of women's hockey.
Here are your Tim Hortons 3 stars of today's game.
Sean Markham with the 3 stars.
From Markham, number 22, Jess Jones.
Jess Jones, 3rd star, much deserving.
The 2nd star, from Toronto, number 27, Carolyn Prevost.
Carolyn Prevost, the 2nd star from the Furies.
And your 1st star, from Toronto, number 22, Cheyenne D'Arcangelo.
Cheyenne D'Arcangelo with the 1st star of today's game. She was really active throughout every shift today, and a constant presence, really.
February 23rd at 6 p.m. The Furies will face off against the Worcester Blades. Individual games and season tickets are available at thecwhl.com. On behalf of the Toronto Furies, thank you for your support. We hope to see you again soon. Good evening and safe travels.
And that's next Saturday right here at 6 o'clock. Mastercard Centre, an evening tilt with Worcester. And Nico's going to jump the glass and talk to Cheyenne D'Arcangelo here about her performance and the team today.
The Furies get a big win here in a shootout over the Markham Thunder. I'm very pleased to be joined by Cheyenne D'Arcangelo, who was crucial in this game for Toronto today. A goal in regulation, an assist in regulation, and then a big goal in the shootout. How are you feeling after securing 2 huge points in the playoff push?
Really good. I know coming into this game, we know we have to get 5 points to move forward into the playoffs. So, I mean, we have to put everything on the line at this point. We're missing some big players, so I think it was just a good team effort out there to put some goals in. Prevo also had a really good game, and we came out 2 points, so I'm happy about it.
You know, you mentioned the fact that some key players not here right now with the national programs. You've always been a player that I've been impressed by, especially last season in China. You come over to Toronto this year, and in this stretch here, you're one of the players I think they were hoping would kind of take a step up with key players like Spooner and Nurse out of the lineup. What does it mean to you to know that the coaches look to you for those opportunities, and then to have a game like today where you can really kind of put your foot on the throat and show them, yeah, I can get the job done for you?
Yeah, I mean, again, I just think it was a good team effort, and every game, you know, I put pressure myself to hold myself to a high standard and be a key piece to the team. So even with players gone, you know, I think I just had the same mindset coming in. And again, I think we had other players step up as well, and we were able to come out with the 2 points, so it was good.
You mentioned the 2 points. You got, I think, 4 games left after this one now. So you little room for error for the Furies, but you're in a good position where you kind of control your own fate. How's the feeling in the room, and do you girls feel like you can make that push for the playoffs here?
Yeah, I think we definitely can. I think everyone believes in each other and believes that we can, and I feel like we've had a few unlucky bounces, few injuries, so a lot of things fighting against us, but I think that's made our group a little bit stronger, come together, and make a good push here to make playoffs.
Well, you got the bounces tonight, and you personally had one heck of a game. Cheyenne, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your big night and the 2 points here for the Furies.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The final score in a shootout, the Toronto Furies 3, the Markham Thunder 2. Join us next week when the Furies host the Worcester Blades. You've been watching CWHL Hockey on Furies TV. Awesome, Cheyenne. Thank you so much. Best of luck the rest of the year.